Good evening and welcome to News 24. This is Shahrina Wahid with the top news of the day. The number of people infected with COVID-19 crossed the 1,000 mark after 3 months. In 24 hours, 23,629 samples were tested and 1,140 people were infected with the disease. 7 people died of COVID in the same time period. The corona detection rate in 24 hours is 4.86. So far, the infection rate is 13.6%, although 7 people who died were in their 50s, of which 5 were male and 2 were female. Khandakar Anwarul Haq stated the government is going to impose restrictions on the movement of people again in the context of increasing coronavirus infection in the country. He added Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina gave such instructions in the cabinet meeting at noon. Anwarul said the government was already on a high alert to control the new wave of corona. Therefore, any 12-year-old student is not allowed to go to school without vaccination. In addition, the government is going to give the obligation to show the certificate of vaccination in cases of restaurants and travels, including air and train travels. The Cabinet Secretary said a circular will be issued in a day or two to impose some more restrictions of movement. One more person has been killed in post-election violence in the 5th phase of the Union Parishad elections. Hundreds of people have also been injured in clashes across the country. Police and local sources said that the clashes between the rival candidates took place over the results of the vote. Chief Election Commissioner K.M. Nurul Huda blamed candidates and supporters for the election violence. He made the remarks at a workshop in the capital Dhaka on Thursday. K.M. Nurul Huda said the election would be competitive and not vindictive. Meanwhile, when asked about the CEC's response to EC Mahbub Talukdar's statement, he said that Mahbub Talukdar made false statements and gave a purposeful speech. Nurul Huda added that perhaps Mahbub Talukdar has an agenda that he is trying to implement. 4 members of the same family were killed in a CNG collision between a BRTC bus and a CNG at Laksham in Kumilla. 1 person was left injured. The deceased were identified as Bahar Mia, son of Siddiqur Rahman and Pranati village in Bohlain Union, wife Parul Begum and mother-in-law Golab Nahar and daughter Jannat. A Dhaka-bound BRTC bus collided head-on with a Feni-bound CNG auto rickshaw while the family was on their way to relatives' funeral in Feni this morning. 2 of the members died on spot and 2 passed away on their way to Kumilla. Police rescued the victims from the spot and sent them to Kumilla Medical College Hospital. The national cricket team arrived in Christchurch from Mount Maunganui to play the final test of the 2-match series against New Zealand. On the other hand, Russell Domingo's disciplines also arrived in Christchurch on a New Zealand domestic flight on Thursday. Bangladesh is confident after the victory in the first test match. The recovery session with the cricketers of the team would take place today and tomorrow. The team's conditioning coach, Nicholas Lee, would also conduct a gym strength training session. The second and final test of the series will be played on January 9 in Christchurch. This is all the news for today. Thanks for watching News 24. Please stay with us.